Hey everybody, the 2021 Stanley Cup Finals are set. The defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning have worked their way back to the finals for the second straight year with a chance to win back-to-back cups, and they will be playing the Cinderella story of 2021, the Montreal Canadiens, the fourth seed from the North Division, the last team to get into the playoffs. They have worked their way and defied the odds all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, and it will be a big battle of a huge underdog in Montreal against a favorite in the defending champion Lightning. That means it's time for another series preview and our final series preview of the 2021 playoffs as we are down to the last series. Before we begin, I just ask you please subscribe and hit that like button. It helps out so much and is greatly appreciated. But let's take a look here at Tampa Bay versus Montreal. So starting with the Lightning, obviously they went 36, 17, and 3 for 75 points in the regular season. They finished third in the Central Division. However, they have ripped through the playoffs with a 6-game series win over the Florida Panthers, a 5-game series win over the Carolina Hurricanes, and then they just defeated the New York Islanders in 7 games in the semifinals and have worked their way to the finals. In the regular season, they scored 3.21 goals for per game. In the playoffs, they've been right around the exact same area, 3.22 goals for per game in the postseason. In the regular season, they gave up 2.59 goals against per game. In the playoffs, that has gotten even better. 2.06 goals against per game in the playoffs. They have been incredible defensively, and Andrei Vasilevskiy has been one of the top goaltenders of the postseason, playing absolutely phenomenal hockey. In the regular season, their power play, 22.2%. has skyrocketed in the playoffs to 37.7% on the power play in the postseason. Nikita Kucherov coming back has been a huge part of that. And their penalty kill, good in the regular season at 84.2%. Very good, actually. Still very good in the playoffs at 83% in the postseason. So Tampa's been playing really well in these playoffs. And really no holes in their game. Now moving over to the Montreal Canadiens side of things. Like I said, they are the 4 seed from the North Division. They had the lowest amount of points of any playoff team this year. 24, 21, and 11 in the regular season for 59 points. But that has not slowed them down in the playoffs. They have gotten hot at the right time. They beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in 7 games in the first round. Then they swept the Winnipeg Jets in round 2. And they are coming off a 6-game series win over the Vegas Golden Knights in the semifinals to advance to the finals. And the Cinderella run continues for Montreal as they are now finding themselves with a chance to win the Stanley Cup. They are 4 wins away. In the regular season, they scored 2.82 goals for per game. In the playoffs, that has gone down to 2.53 goals for per game, but it's been more about when they scored, not how many. And they've obviously scored enough to be able to defeat their opponents because their defense has gotten significantly better in the postseason from where it was in the regular season. In the regular season, they were giving up 2.95 goals against per game. In the playoffs, that is down to 2.18. Carey Price is playing incredible in goal. The defense has stepped up, and they are limiting the opponent's offense. And that has been a big reason why they have won, especially the past 2 series, completely shutting down Winnipeg and really shutting down the Vegas Golden Knights. Their power play was 19.2% in the regular season. That is slightly up in the playoffs to 20.9%. And the penalty kill has been absolutely outstanding in the postseason, going from 78.5% on the PK in the regular season to an absolutely astounding 93.5% in the postseason. Now, that is something that I am really going to watch in this series. You have Tampa Bay's killer power play at almost 40% in the playoffs against Montreal's absolutely incredible penalty kill at almost 94% in the postseason. You have a battle here of the best power play, or one of the best power plays, against the best penalty kill. And it's going to be interesting to see which side reigns supreme when the Lightning do get power play chances in these playoffs. And that could play a big role in which team is able to win this series. If Montreal is able to shut down the Lightning's power play, then that's big advantage Montreal. If the Lightning are able to break through and score some power play goals against this Canadiens team, that is a big advantage Tampa Bay. So that is going to be fun to watch. The other thing that is going to play a huge role in who wins this series is goaltending. We have the two best goaltenders in the playoffs playing each other in this series. Both of them have been absolutely phenomenal all postseason long. Andrei Vasilevskiy on the Tampa Bay side is 12-6 in the playoffs with 4 shutouts, a 1.99 goals against average, and a .936 save percentage. He's made 523 saves in the playoffs and has only given up 37 goals. On the other side of things, you have Gerry, who is 12-5 in the playoffs, 1 shutout, but a 2.02 goals against average and a .934 save percentage. He's made 495 saves and has only given up 35 goals against in this postseason. These are two incredible goaltenders, and the reasons why their teams are here is because of how good these guys have been in net. Andrei Vasilevskiy has gotten a shutout in every elimination game so far. Every final game of the series, when they beat Florida, when they beat Carolina, when they beat the New York Islanders, he shut out the opponent in all of those games. And that streak actually is 4 and goes back to the Stanley Cup Finals last season when they won the Cup. He shut out Dallas in the final game of that series as well. So Vasilevskiy is playing his best hockey when the series is on the line and when they're able to win the series. And Gerry is without a doubt the reason the Montreal Canadiens are where they are right now in the finals. He has been incredible in these playoffs and obviously has the numbers to show for it with a goals against barely over 2 and a ridiculous .934 save percentage. Montreal would not be here without Gerry. So honestly, this is going to be a really interesting matchup between these two teams. As you look at the goaltending matchup, which I think is going to be the biggest, one of the biggest stories going in, is that you have these goaltenders both playing so incredibly well and very similar numbers on both sides as well, playing absolutely awesome. And then you have these teams where, you look at what they're able to do. They've got, really interesting matchup here with the styles that they play. You have the Canadiens, who are heavily reliant on shutting down their opponent, Price playing great in goal, and then getting some opportunistic scoring. Tampa Bay, like I've been saying all playoffs long, is a team that can play any style you want. If you want to play run and gun hockey, they have the offense to do it. If you want to play physical hockey, they have the toughness to do it. If you want to play low scoring 2-1 shutdown defense, they have the defense and goaltending to do it. The Lightning can play any style you want, and it's going to be interesting to see who kind of dictates the style of play in these finals. Is it going to be Montreal or is it going to be Tampa Bay? Obviously, Vasilevskiy's playing outstanding right now, and to see these two teams go at it is going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, star power favors the Tampa Bay Lightning, but star power has favored the opponent for Montreal in just about every series, of these playoffs so far, and they've won every time. So just because Tampa Bay has the superstars and the guys that can light it up, and Montreal is more of a balanced offense and grinded out, gritty team goals kind of style, doesn't necessarily mean that they can't win this series, because they absolutely can. Both teams are here for a reason. The other thing is the Kucherov injury. Obviously, Nikita Kucherov came back in Game 7 for against the Islanders after being injured and missing most of Game 6, but there is absolutely no way he is at 100%. So is Kucherov, how's he going to play in the finals? Is that going to affect Tampa's power play? Things like that. Those are things to think about heading into this series. As far as predictions go, as you guys know, I am not doing predictions at this point in the playoffs. Either team can win this series. People have been doubting Montreal all playoffs long, and they have continued to win and win and win. Tampa Bay, obviously the defending Stanley Cup champs, as good of a team as anybody in the NHL. Great shot for them. Both of these teams have a really good opportunity here. It's going to, I think, be a really fun series. It's going to be a huge goaltending battle. And I can't wait to see who comes out on top. I think this is going to be an absolute blast to watch, as you have the defending champion Lightning against the Cinderella story Montreal Canadiens. But that is going to do it for this one. That's our series preview for the Lightning and the Canadiens in the 2021 Stanley Cup Finals. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, donation link, and channel memberships are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.